Good evening for Indian, good evening for whole the world. I'm here today to talk to you about a very important problem. I believe maybe it's not a problem, but something that I have to take care. And I have, before starting this our conversation, I have firstly I have three questions to ask. One, what are some common cases of impasses in mediation, and how can they be addressed to help move to the process forward? Second, number two, how can a mediator effectively manage emotional impasse in the mediation, particularly when parts are entrenched in their opinions due to strong feelings of anger and hurt? And number three, in case where mediation reaches a procedural or informational impasse, what strategies can a mediator use to help parts overcome these barriers and find a path toward resolution? I am Professor Giancarlo Del Bianco, the mediator, the architect of peace, and I am here today to help you to overcome and pass in the mediation process. Come with me, okay? Let's go. Well, I like a lot, you know that I like a lot to talk about, to start my all my meetings always with us with a sentence, with a phrase, and for me it's very important. And today my quote is: mediation is a method, it's not a religion. For the reason, it's not a question of believing in mediation, but of having conviction. Great. Well, let me see who is here today. If you have here people talking to us in our in our YouTube TV, Ibramak YouTube. Thank you very much. So we are just beginning here our live, where we are going to talk about impasse, these famous impasse in mediation process, and how to overcome the impasse in the mediation process. It's very important that we understand the types of impasse that exist in the mediation process. For us, it's very important to understand, because there are three types of impasse that I'm going right now to show you. I'm going to share this slide with you, okay? Yeah, okay. Let's go. Here we are, let's go. We have emotional impasse. We have procedural impasse, informational impasse. The three impasses form like a tail. Yes, like a tail that the parts sometimes they are in this jail like prisoners. That's why it's important to understand this kind of impasse. We have three types of impasse that we face every day in our life. So let me show you again: emotional impasse, procedural impasses, and informational impasses. Well, so when I'm talking about impasses, I'm going to teach you today how how can you effectively deal deal with this type of impasses, because emotional impasses involves, we all know, highly charged emotional issues. It's very common. We face this impasse, emotional impasse, when we are talking about family mediation. The the procedural impasse occur when there is a lack, or such as a lack of clarify or clarity about the ground rules of the mediation and so on. And the informational impasse, this occurs when the persons are information that's necessary to 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 make the parts feel confident. And I can assure you, when these impasses occur, the mediators feels unable, to help parts to find to find a resolution, to help them to provoke them to find a resolution, and leave the part, these three paths I'm talking here right now, leave the path feeling stuck and frustrated. That's why it's so important for us to understand and try to help to overcome impasses. All right, let's go. Here you go. So when an impasse is reached, the mediator made to work with the parts to identify the underlying issues that are preventing progress and explore alternative solutions and options. If the parts are unable to break the impasse, it's very quite common. The parts sometimes they do not have creativity because they are blind. They're blind because of the impasse. Create barriers and the roadblocks. If the parties are unable to break the impasse, the mediation process may come to an end without a resolution being reached. Yes, and what are the most common? I'm going to tell you what are the most common to practice this. In such case, the party may choose to pursue. I'm going to pursue other dispute resolution method, maybe, such as arbitration or litigation, to resolve their differences. And I also say that individual, it is the caucus, individual meeting, that the mediator can provoke all the techniques of active listening, the yes techniques used by Dale Carnegie. He says, if you provoking a person that she respond, that she answer 5 times or to 10 times, yes, 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 you will have a great chance to be successful in mediation. And in your personal life, when you say yes, 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 you create, we say, identify like more efficiently communication. By doing that, or by doing so, the mediator creates a much greater likelihood that the mediator will express his feelings more widely. And I'm talking about the mediator, but the party, when the party creates this living with you together. And some approach is very important. I'm going to talk to you right now about approaches. approaches. I'm going to define, I'm going to divide the approaches into two forms. So there are some approaches that the mediator can use to facilitate interaction. That's why I'm talking about this, because when I facilitate the interaction, it becomes easier to overcome any kind of pass, any kind of pass. Am I right? So the generate when I make this approach, generates an environment more connectivity to a frank, sincere conversation without embarrassment of speaking what one feels. And this approach, I classified, as I told you, classified and divided four of the support: efficient, broad, closed, and inefficient, closed approach. When it tells you efficient, broad approach, we could say that I'm talking about open and questions. When I'm say inefficient, closed approach, I'm talking about closed and question. That sometimes it's not good to use. It's better to avoid. It's better to avoid. This is my piece of advice. So I'm going to show you right now. Look, an effective closed approach, an effective, or we say the closed end question. Suppose you are in a caucus with your client. You are not in a caucus with the part, and the part tells you, I think, look, this is in the middle of the process, after the process. You are alone, face to face, individual meeting. And the part says, I think the meeting was not productive. Tell me, you that listen to me right now, have you ever heard about that? Have you ever faced a situation like that when the part tells you, I think the meeting was not productive, was not good at all. I have lost my time. If you, this is an ineffective closed approach that I have ever seen. I have it continuously seen around the world. Many mediators make an intervention with this sentence. Observe, I don't understand. How so? I don't understand. How so? Well, the part is going to reach in a barrier, because the part, when says, I think the meeting was not productive, as a matter of fact, this part is calling for help. Yeah, the part is calling for help. And he says, please help me to understand what's going on. I do not understand. I don't know what I want sometimes. Part things like that. I'm not judging the part thought. So the part is going to tell you, so the mediator says, I don't understand. How so? And the party, because the part does not understand, is going to answer again. I don't know. I just don't think it was. I don't know. Remember I told you, the part is going to tell you, I don't know. I just don't think it was. Oh, well, it was what? Productive. I have just showed you right now an ineffective closed approach that we call it closed end question. Let's go to another way. Let's learn how to make the intervention. Follow me. Effective closed approach. We call the closed approach or open-ended question. Listen, the same case. Look, please. I think the meeting was not productive. I think the meeting was not productive. The same answer or the same observation. So the mediator immediately asks, what would a productive meeting look like? Did you feel this word? Have you felt in your skin? Because I felt. What? I mean, you are the owner of the process. The process is yours. What would a productive meeting look like for you? Now you have to answer. Could you perceive the strategy? Could you perceive the technique? Wow, it's fascinating, isn't it? For me, it is really fascinating. I do love mediation because of this. That's why I consider myself the architect, the architect, the architect of peace. Other approach. What does it take to be a productive meeting? Imagine now you that now is listening to me. You that now is looking at me. You now that are feeling these words I'm telling you right now. Imagine the scenery. Imagine it, please, the situation. You are the mediator and you ask this question. Before you say, I don't understand, how so? And now you're gonna ask him, what would a productive meeting look like? Tell me the best way to resolve this situation. You give the person the empowerment and also the self responsibility. Yes. What does it take to be a productive meeting? And remember to ask. You need to be very, very emphatic. What? Because it's like you are programming his mind. What does it take to be a productive meeting for you? Well, I don't know you, but I guess you are feeling very enthusiastic. We all are here together. Okay, this is the first approach. Let's go to a situation. Both approach. Let's go to a second situation. Okay, let's go. Okay, second caucus, ineffective. The party tells you in the caucus, I don't know if I could make the deal. This is quite common. I have been living all my life as a mediator, more than 30 years, more than 40 years. Once a time, I have heard these words. I don't know if I could make that deal. Do you know why? Person doesn't know, because there are many influence from outside and inside. Remember, you are never alone in a conflict. You are never alone in a conflict. I'm going to talk to you about this in another webinar. So the part speak to you. I don't know if I could make the deal. And you, mediator that a mediator that has not watched, that not attended this webinar, you are going to tell ineffectively, what do you mean you can't? What do you mean you can't? And the person is going to reply, I can't. It is complicated. Every time when I'm talking to a person and a person tells me the final of the word, they're talking to me, so, well, Mr. Dal Bianco, because many people call me Jean Dal Bianco. Jean Dal Bianco, this is complicated. When a person, remember, when a person speak to you, it is complicated. Well, light up in your mind. This person doesn't know anything else, doesn't know how to move ahead. Stop it. And you as a mediator, and me as the architect of peace, as a mediator, we have to find a way to move ahead. Come on, move on. So, listen, take a look, please. I don't know if I could make that deal. I don't know if I could make that deal. The person is like, say, please help me. Remember, I told you before, help me, please. And you as a mediator, ineffectively say, what do you mean you can't? What do you mean you can't? And the person says, we're both dying. We are both, wow, in the ocean. I can't, I told you, I can't. It is complicated. Let's see the same case in the next slide. Let's learn how to make an intervention, how to overcome the impasse mediation. Follow me, please. Effective closing approach. Remember, Coco 2? Party. I don't know if I could make that deal. I don't know. So in that moment, you, arrange yourself, look into the eyes person. Look into the eyes of the party and speak, looking at her, looking at him. Specifically, when I say specifically, what do you mean by, I don't know if I could, please? What do you mean specifically? What do you mean? Tell me. Second, what needs, this for me is perfect. What needs to be done to make this agreement possible? Can you feel the magic? Can you feel the miracle? Can you feel the power of the words? Yes, please. Because the words have power. Words have power. And the third option, what needs to change to be possible to reach this agreement? Oh my, maybe I'm thrilled when I'm teaching this, when I remind this, because remember, when you are in mediation, you are it's like you're in a ship. You are the leader. You are the command of that ship. What needs to change to be possible? I don't know if I could make this to you. Really, I don't know. So you breathe and ask specifically, what do you mean by, I don't know if I could? Emphasize, I don't know if I could. Specifically, I don't know if I could. What needs, look, not only one line, what needs to be done to make now? What needs to be done. So right thought, what needs? Like to be done, to make this agreement possible. What need to be done? Now I reach it up. Empowerment. It's very important that the mediator has a good speech, public speech is very important. And the third, what needed to change? What needs to change to be possible? Possible if you could. You empower, you give the power, you give the responsibility to the party. Because if the party says, I didn't reach an agreement because of yours, because of you. That's why we didn't reach because of you, not because of the mediator, not because of the process of mediator. As I told you in the beginning, mediation is a method. It's not a religion, to believe it or not. You have, as a mediator, you must be convicted that the mediation works, and it works very, very, very well. Let's learn how to make non-intervention. Follow me. Next intervention, let's go. Closed end question. When you're referring, I told you about closed end questions. It's very good to remember that no one likes to be put in a situation where they feel they have to defend themselves. Answer me. Do you like? I do not like when people pressure me, when people put me against the wall. I don't like. For better results, for better overcome with a specific answer, you should avoid. I'm not telling you right here that it's prohibited. It is banned. No. You should avoid to ask using phrase that contains the verbs in the gerund, such as feeling or thinking. As usually, the answer obtained will be, I don't know. Yes. Because people, it's very hard for people to understand what they will feel. It's sometimes very difficult. So let's learn how to use this technique. Come with me, follow. The party is going to tell you. I'm talking about here emotional empathy, emotional impasse. I'm thinking that this proposal is not good. I'm thinking that this proposal is not good. I'm thinking that this proposal is not good. I'm thinking. So the mediator that has not watched this webinar, that has not attended this webinar, is going to ask, why are you thinking like this? Emphasize, why are you thinking like this? And the party is going to answer, I don't know, I'm confused. Because people don't like to assume, because really the part doesn't know what he or she is feeling. Difficult. All the emotion, the mind are confused. So really, I don't know. I don't know why I'm confused. So let's go to the third party. Let's go to another effective closed approach. I'm thinking that this proposal is not good. This proposal is not good. So you are a mediator that watching this video, this webinar, you are here with me. So you are going to answer with all the force of your heart, with all the force of your body. I see. I understand. Remember, your head, I see. Please do not say yes, moving the head like you say no. Like that. Oh, I see. I understand. Yes, no. I see. I understand. When the word is no, say no with the head too. When your word is yes, say yes with your head too. Yes, I see. Why don't you tell me what makes you think? You see, think, not thinking. What? Why don't you tell me what makes you think that way? Oh, my party will be shocked. Now that's my responsibility. Remember, you have to permit, to allow the person to speak. It's not the role of a mediator speak on behalf of the party. And I have seen this the whole time. No, don't say that. Second option, you will say you don't know. But, however, remember I told you, but, however, we forget everything what had been said. You will say you don't know. But if you were to find out, what would you think it could be? Very fantastic. It's really fantastic. What do you think it could be? No? And the 30, can you tell me which part of this proposal is right for you? Tell me. I need to know what you feel. I need to know what you want. I need to understand your desire. So I'm like a genius. I need to know your desire because I'm going to help you to open your mind to walk on the right path. I'm not going to give you the solution because I do not have the solution. It's a deceive. It's a mask of foolishness. When the mediator believes that he is responsible to find a solution. No, it's a foolish mask. Really. We are mediators. We are not responsible to give the solution. We are neutral to not give the solution. We're impartial. We do not defend you. We not say you're right, you're wrong. We're not saying for both. No. But you are the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what you are. So I think that's this proposal is not good. I see, I understand. Why? Don't you tell me what makes you think that way? You were saying you don't know, but if you were to find out, what do you think it could be? I'm thinking that this proposal is not good. All right. Can you tell me which part of this proposal is right for you? Wow. Well, if you act like, if you perform as a mediator, as I'm teaching you right now, you'll be really a successful mediator. Well, Giancarlo, yes, I like that. I like to provoke this. We reach at the end. I don't like to make long videos. No, 30 minutes, 40 minutes the most. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is gratitude. This is the Hebrew mark. If you want to talk to me, this is my email. And if you want to talk to me by WhatsApp, this is my WhatsApp. You're going to talk to me personally. You're going to talk to me personally. Thank you so much. I'm really, thank you. Here we have Miss Spinel, goes greetings from India. Greets. Thank you, Maria Augusta Bash. Important information. Thank you, Maria Augusta. Thank you very much, Catalina Monteiro. Good morning. Thank you so much. And I ask you a favor. I do ask you a favor. Please take this video, forward to your friend. share these videos with your friend, because I'm quite sure that many mediators, many people need to know about how to overcome an impasse in mediation. Thank you, and I see you in the next Thursday with a new theme, a new time on mediation process. I am Professor John Dal Bianco. I see you the next time. Thank you, and